Hello my friends and welcome back. Today I'm going to be working in my kitchen to give it a vintage inspired spring makeover. The weather the last couple days has been absolutely gorgeous and it has inspired me to refresh this space with some bright, cheerful spring-like colors. I'm excited to get started, so let's jump right in. I'm going to get started with the windowsill behind my kitchen sink. It is a favorite area of mine to decorate and it always looks so pretty during the summer time with the sun shining in. So I want to add a lot of plants, but I always seem to kill every single houseplant that I ever have. So I am going with a faux version. I love these grasses from IKEA. You can see the number here down in the corner. I will also make sure to link it in my description box in case you are looking for something like this yourself. Now the pots they come in are perfectly fine and I could paint them if I wanted to, but I knew I had some really pretty things that I could stick the grasses into instead, like this adorable hobnob vase with a scalloped edge, which I absolutely love, and these little plants fit inside so nicely. Plus, I am all about the contrast between bright green and white lately. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The second container that I've dug out was also milk glass, and I love all the detailings on this. It's one of my favorite thrifted finds that I have found, and I love how the grasses look inside it. I then went ahead and placed both of my potted grasses inside this wire geranium, which I found years ago at the thrift store. I have been craving simplicity in my decor lately, and this seems to do the job for me, and I think it is just absolutely so beautiful. To finish decorating the rest of the area on my windowsill, I placed one of these seedling plants that I recently picked up at Michael's. I think these are so adorable. They're $1.99 each. I picked up a couple the first time I went, and then I had to go back and pick up a few more. So I think I have a total of about 5 of these now, and I just think they are the cutest little things. So like before with the grasses, the pots that they come in are perfectly fine, but they look so much cuter inside cute little things like this adorable little espresso cup. So I put one of them in an espresso cup, and then I had 2 matching pairs of these little personal creamers from Syracuse, China. So I figured the creamers would look adorable with the seedlings inside of them, and as you can see, I was right. Oh my gosh, these are just too stinking adorable. You guys, I can't stop talking about these little seedlings. I think they're the most adorable thing, and I love these leaves. I don't know what it is, but I think they're awesome. So anyways, getting back into decorating, I placed another seedling plant on the opposite side of the terrarium, as well as one on top of a vintage scale, and I thought that looked really cute and simple. On the opposite side of the windowsill, I added a little creamer, which I recently found at the thrift store, and I have filled that with little dog treats. Can never have too many dog treats in our house because we spoil our fur babies so much. And then behind that, to add a little pop of green, I have a little potted faux, I think this is called a majestic palm, and I love this plant so much. It looks so real. I picked it up at Michael's, and I just think it is absolutely lovely. I am thinking I may have to go back and buy another one because I have tried to grow these before and they always just never do very well for me. But anyways, I found another little container that has a basket weave to it. This is actually a ceramic piece. It's got some detailing like little handles on the side. It's also been thrifted, and I thought it would be perfect to hold my new plant. So now I have a cheerful, plant-filled, sunny windowsill to enjoy, and I am absolutely loving how it turned out. Moving over to the corner near my sink, I wanted to add a little pop of spring to this corner to make it a little more bright and festive looking. So what I decided to do was add this wooden drawer as a riser. And then I found this vintage tin not too long ago at the thrift store, and I thought it would be a fun thing to fill with flowers. So I have this little arrangement. It's just a pre-made bouquet from Michael's. Then I just bent the wires of the stems up so that I can make it fit into the tin, and I think it looks so adorable. And finally, I added a toy house into the mix. On the cupboard above the arrangement, I used a vintage hanger to display a flower sack that has a great pop of yellow on it. Moving over to my island space, I wanted to make sure to keep things pretty simple over here as well, so I decided to use some items that I use on a daily basis, like this stack of dishes. This will make dinner time much, much easier. I then went ahead and added one of my ironstone pitchers, and then topped the stack of plates with a pretty napkin and a pie server, so I think we're going to be having homemade chicken pot pies for dinner tonight. To add a touch of florals, which I don't think you can get enough of in the springtime, I added this little bunch of faux lily of the valleys. I think I bought these at Michael's a few years back, and I wish I would have bought more because they're absolutely gorgeous. To finish off this simple display, I added a pair of vintage salt and pepper shakers from my collection. On the opposite side of my island, near my message board, I have a tiered tray, and I wanted to add a few touches of spring to the top tier. So I started with a vintage tin, which I recently picked up at the thrift store. I added a cute little yellow creamer and some of my adorable Starburst silverware. I added a cute little bunny from the thrift store, a tart tin with a tea light inside of it, and then I filled the large tin with another bouquet from Michael's. Moving over to the eating side of the kitchen space, I have this set of cubbies, which you can see I have already decorated. I shared a whole video on the decor in these cubbies, I believe last week. So if you missed that, I will make sure to link that down below so you can go check that out. And I just love how this space turned out. It's got a lot of the greens and yellows and a little bit of pink. And those are the colors that, as you can see, today we are trying to pull into the rest of the kitchen as well. Moving over to the table itself, I recently thrifted this gorgeous vintage tablecloth that I cannot wait to use. It's going to be absolutely perfect for my spring decor this year. So I'm just placing that on the table itself. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put together a very simple centerpiece, starting with a white plate and a milk glass pitcher, which I'm going to fill with some faux tulips. I've talked about these tulips on my channel before, and I absolutely love them. If you watched recent videos, you probably would have heard me raving about them, but I will link them down in the description box. I bought them at Amazon. And then to finish off the look, I'm adding this cute little cow. You've seen him in my kitchen before, and I just like to have him somewhere in my kitchen because he just makes me smile. And finally, we're moving over to the shelf on the wall by the table. I already decorated the bottom section of this shelf a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to switch out the flower sack for this gorgeous quilt block that one of my subscribers sent to me. I absolutely love the colors. It adds a little vintage flair to the area, and it just seems so perfect for spring to me. So I've gone ahead and used a vintage hanger to hang it up on a hook, and I think it looks amazing. For the top of the shelves, you guys are probably getting sick of seeing my green board here, but I just love it. I think it's going to be a perfect backdrop for my spring decor. And I'm just going to start out with this little bowl with a fake asparagus vine in it. I picked that up at IKEA. I'll make sure to link it down below if you're interested. I need to pick up a few more of these. I think they're awesome. So I just layered that bowl and plant on top of a teeny tiny little cutting board, and then to add a little bit more dimension, I placed a open frame behind it. On one side of the plant, I added this pale pink thrifted teacup, and then to the opposite side, I added another teacup in this cute mint green color. On the right-hand side of the shelf, I decided to pull out some more milk glass. I'm not sure why, but milk glass just seems perfect for springtime. So I added 2 small pitchers, and then I added a little espresso cup in front. To add a little dimension, I slipped a vintage cookbook behind the pitchers, which I think adds a really nice touch. To add a little greenery, I tucked another one of my little seedling plants into the little espresso cup, and then I added some grasses to the small pitcher. I think these I picked up at Michael's a few years back. On the opposite side of the shelf, I added a glass jar filled with wooden kitchen utensils and green-handled cookie cutters. I layered another milk glass pitcher in front of the jar and then tucked in one more wooden kitchen utensil. I believe this to be a wooden juicer, but I'm not real sure. And to finish off the look, I added another grass plant from IKEA, which I depotted in order to make it fit inside of my milk glass pitcher. I feel like this space turned out absolutely lovely, as well as the other displays I've added throughout my kitchen. Everything's so light and bright and cheerful, and I'm just very much enjoying the space. I hope that you're enjoying it as well and that you liked this video. I would love to know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to encourage you to stop by frequently in the next couple of weeks as I do more spring decorating to share with you, as well as a whole house spring home tour on March 23rd. And so, my friends, as I close out this video for today, I want to thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I appreciate it as always, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye now.